Hello out there. We have finally reached 3,000 subscribers on OB Coasters, and that is just amazing. And yeah, I can't really thank you people enough for the continued support on all these videos I'm creating. And now, just so you people know it out there, I may not be smiling like this when I make these videos, but that's just because I'm focusing on trying to pronounce English the best way possible. It may not be the most original idea, but I still send out a message on Instagram and also YouTube, and this is where you can ask me anything. And this is surprisingly the first video ever where my whole face covers the screen. And it's always weird and overwhelming doing something new, but I hope the lighting is okay out there because that's just a window. But now let's cut to the chase, let's answer your questions. Now the first person right here is Agent_2000. First of all, he says congrats on 3,000 subs, and then he says where you live. I live in Denmark in a small town called Skive, around 40,000 people in this town. So yeah, Denmark is overall a very small country with 6 million people, and yes, Skive is a small town also, and it isn't really much compared to the major cities in Europe and also the countries around the world. In terms of major parks, Djursommerland is closest to me, and that's approximately 1 hour and 15 minutes away in a car. The fourth question from Agent 2000 is bucket list coasters and parks, and well, there are really many, but mainly the ones in Japan. And now the fifth and final question from Agent 2000 is what languages do you speak? Well, I speak Danish, goddag med dig, jeg kan tale dansk, and I also speak a bit of German. Hallo, ich heiße Oliver, ich wohne in Skive und so weiter, and I can also speak English, of course. And the next question is from goodgamer_Jens, and he says what roller coaster and theme park do you want to visit/ride the most? And well, if I only had to choose one roller coaster, I would choose Ejinaiga at Fuji-Q Highland in Japan, and if I had to choose a theme park, it's probably Tokyo Disney Sea. And now the next question is from Wolf Cave, and it says who is your favorite YouTuber you watch and why? And well, surprise surprise, I mainly watch roller coaster content, and this is where I watch Canopy Coaster. I love the in-depth analysis, off-ride videos and so on, you know what I mean. And he overall just seems very chill and very reasonable, and I would love to have a talk with this guy. And I really like to watch Theme Park Worldwide, and Sean and Charlotte are just very sweet, kind and talkative, and we also talked a lot when Phoenix opened back in 2022. And I also have to mention Airtime Thrills. He also seems like an awesome dude who comes up with some amazing ideas for videos. And then barcode_name_barcode9655 says your top 10 coasters that you rode, and that's a secret for now. I will make a video in the future, but I will answer what my number one roller coaster is currently in the world, and that is Iron Gwazi at Busch Gardens Tampa. And if you ride Iron Gwazi on a hot summer day, it is the speed of Sadra and also the crazy airtime and whip of Steel Vengeance. And then we have G3993YT who asked the top 3 prettiest parks, and if I really had to mention some pretty parks right here right now, I would say Phantasialand is beautiful, and also Europa Park. And if I had to mention another park that's outside of Europe, I would actually say Disney's Hollywood Studios, and especially the area with Hollywood Tower of Terror. It just looks beautiful, and also the big Star Wars area. Oh my goodness, the details right there. I'm heavily immersed. Then we have Mince Pie Games who ask, have you ever played Planet Coaster, and if so, will there be any gameplay vids on it? Well, I have played Planet Coaster 1 and 2, but I'm unfortunately nowhere near the skill level of those other Planet Coaster content creators out there. So for now, I'm gonna leave it to them. Then we have Danny Talent 15 who asks, what is your favorite GCI roller coaster? And right now it is actually Wodan Timber Coaster at Europa Park. Relentless speed, very smooth, insane pacing, and overall just amazing. And the next one is from Ride and Steel Studios who ask, what is your least favorite roller coaster? And well, my least favorite roller coaster right now is actually Stampede at Port Aventura World. I'm glad this coaster has gotten a bit of steel track because it's very rough, very shaky, and at the bottom of that first drop it almost felt like a big pothole right there. It almost killed my back. And then we have Bobik738 who asks, have you ever been to the US? If no, are there any trips planned? And the first answer is yes, I've been to the USA 2 times. And I might as well do some spoilers right here. Yes, I got a decently sized East Coast America trip ready, and this is actually going to be the biggest coaster trip I've ever done in the summer of 2025. And for you people out there, I'm going to be doing a detailed trip plan for a YouTube video. And then we have Todd_D who says favorite country for traveling excluding theme parks, and well, that must be Spain. I really like Spain. It's calm, it's warm and chill. And the final question on YouTube is from Zen Coasters who ask, how many coaster credits do you have? And well, I might make some of you people really angry out there, but I don't really count my credits, but sometime in the future perhaps I could count all the credits, but I don't really know. It could be between 200 and 500, I don't really know. And now I also have some questions from Instagram, and the first one is from single-celled_morganism who says, who is your biggest channel inspiration? And in terms of inspiration, I mainly take a look at Canopy Coaster for the in-depth reviews, and Airtime Thrills is also a major inspiration right here, because we mainly do the same type of stuff in terms of the roller coaster and theme park industry. And I will be doing vlogs in the future, and this is where I'm going to be taking a look at theme park worldwide. He's just a natural talent right here. And I also love to see El Toro Ryan's vlogs because they're quite funny. And now the only problem I have right here is of course the English language, and that's why I'm not smiling when I'm doing this video. I'm really trying my best to speak English because I'm not a native English speaker. And well, even though I look quite serious right now looking at the camera right there, I'm just trying my best to speak proper English. And now the next question is from Bjarne_M_E. He says, what are your thoughts on Desert Race at Heide Park? I think that ride is underrated. The airtime is quite good. And yeah, I can agree with that because Desert Race has a punchy launch, a sharp turn with some forces and a few airtime pops here and there, but the ride is just very short. The only problem right here is that Desert Race is just so unreliable. It's always closed when I visit Heide Park. Now the next question is from Junkaway5 who says, best coaster in each country, and that's really a big one. Denmark, Phoenix, Germany, Voltron, France, Totatis, Spain, we got Shambhala, no, Gotham City Escape, Italy, we got Cartoon, and so on and so on. And well, that could be a great video idea for the future, so thanks Junkaway5. And now the last question is from Juna_07 who says, your top 10 coasters and bucket list coasters. Well, that is a big question, but I mainly have some big bucket list coasters and theme parks over in Japan. And now if we're talking America, I think the biggest bucket list coaster for me right now is actually the Voyage at Holiday World. And yeah, that big wooden coaster will easily crack my top 10 list. And now if you really like roller coaster and theme park videos, please be sure to hit that subscribe button yet again. And then I'm gonna try to smile and say at the end of the day, I'm always gonna say bye bye.